After driving along the Mikado, which connects Shikoku and the main island of Japan, I visited Oshima and Hakatajima, then arrived at the third island, Omishima. So this is how it looks from the outside. It's a really interesting shape. So like this museum is not about like the architecture itself. It is designed to introduce his activities throughout his life, and then it's like his biography. And he's one of the architects from Japan who has received a British award. One of the most famous works by him is this one. It's called Silver Hut, looking like using like a silver for the ceiling of the like a building, and then it was his house actually, but recent years it was deconstructed, so that was moved to this place, and then now it's put in near this museum. And here's like illustration of children living in this Omishima. They were depicting the future vision for this island. Many are drawing oranges. Then from here you enter, taking off your shoes. So it's like showing about stories that the children here would like to have for the future in this island. So this is not very much about his architecture. Of course, I mean the outlook is pretty much about it. Yeah, here but still you can enjoy like the interesting, shape of the interior and the exterior, like this. Ooh. How do you call it? Like octagonal kind of. Interesting. It's very much like I enjoy just inside this kind of like a geometric shape. Yeah. So this one, like a project, having like a workshop with the children here, local children, and this is like to use how the street in front of the like shrine, which is very famous here, and like thinking about how they can use the street for the future. And they've been having like this workshop for many years, then asking children to come up with like ideas how to utilize the street. I don't know if this is really like a street, but yeah, look, it's really interesting how they are trying to demonstrate their ideas by using origami things. I think I wonder how they made it, all of these. That looks very professional. Kunai? Wow. So here is the silver house, which was used as the house of Ito Toyo himself. It does look like somewhere you can have a training for your dog or something. Yeah, it's like the inside. So it's called Steel Hut. And yeah, it's like inside. Oh yeah, that's him. Oh. So you can get inside and then walk. Ooh. Wow. Hey. Wow. Nice office, actually. Wow, it's such a nice view you get from sitting here. So you can sit there and then see the view. I want to walk here. Wow, that was an interesting place. And the lady working inside was also, she has been to like the university about architecture, and then now doing like guide in this place. So this, yeah, the seating is also very interesting. Yeah, I think this, is very well designed. If you, if you stand at the center, you get the island on the, this rectangle, this rectangle. So this was the Toyo Ito Museum of Architecture, and yeah, which was very interesting. Yeah, there were basically two main, facility that you can explore. Yeah, I very much enjoyed. So actually, there are five facilities related to art in this region, and then actually, so you can buy like how to say ticket that you can enter for three facilities with one ticket, or like five facilities, and then I bought one with that is you pay 1000 yen, then you can get into this one and also the other two as well. The other two museums are like Tokoro Museum, which is where I'm going to, and also I can visit here Iwata Takeshi kana? Haha Tokoro Museum. It's like a museum of mother and son, which is about the statues. So, but I think both of them have been designed by Ito Toyo as well. So anyway, I don't have much time left, so I just get there as soon as possible to see how it's like. So in front of this museum, I mean at the entrance, it's like a huge yashinoki type of tree you see in the tropical region, and then behind that you see the museum, and here also it says Omishima Furusato Ikoinoye. So it's like, yeah, this means that you take a rest inside. And here, you can rent a bicycle. Magokoro. So it looks like a city council where like people living in this region can gather and do some kind of activities together. Okay, just got there. So this should be probably the museum. So let's get inside. And then actually I'm seeing several other buildings around this museum. And then one that looks like elementary school or something, like a library. And then the Chinese character says rest. So maybe I can take a look if I have time after checking this inside. No photos available inside. Yeah, I can't help. Oh, so that bird is also a statue. Interesting.
なんか伊藤豊さん
はい。
がこっちに、来てこういろいろプロジェクトするようになって、なんか東京の人たち、なんか伊藤塾っていうのが作られて、
なんか建築
それで結構ね、なんか島に来るようになったんですよ、東京の人たちが、
そういうことがやっぱあれなんですね。
まだじゃあ5軒目なんですね。頑張ってください。
まだ頑張ります。すみません。ありがとうございます。
お気をつけて。
はい、でも失礼します。So I was chatting with a lady at the reception of this museum, and then she told me that this Ikoi no basho is like a minshuku, yeah. And then the museum was really nice. Inside you can see like about 30 to 40 statues, made by Iwata Ken, and she told me that she has already died about 10 years ago at the age of 92. But since he had work in the museum, in other museum in this island, because of that, this museum was built in here, even though he is not from this island. So the many of the statues were, like a mother and son, mother and the daughter. So also the kids themselves, and since he has been to the war, and also he lost his brother in the war, many works were created to wish a world peace. And then one of the works I really felt is very moving was that there was a statue of a mother holding her kid as if she wraps around the body of her child, saying "Do not go to the war." So that was very moving. Yeah, but it was very well designed. I mean, this museum's design also, it's like a complete circle, and you can go around, I mean the inside, to see the statues, looking them at every different angles as you walk by. Okay, so yeah, I have 1 hour left, so I'm gonna check out the last what's that? That's the last museum. Okay. So this is the third museum called Tokoro Museum of Omishima. It looks like the inside you can take photos, so I'm only shooting from the outside. It's I think it's a museum for modern, like contemporary art. As far as I see, there are arts at the front. Okay, let's go inside. In this island, I stayed at a guest house called Tonari. It was a wonderful inn run by a backpacker couple who loved to travel. We had a lot of conversations. And now that I'd like to do the quick room tour. It's the living room, kitchen, bathroom, shower room. It's the bedroom for 8 people. And then I was sleeping there on bed. It was very comfortable, yeah. You also have, of course, curtain to shut down to, have your private space. Yeah. They also have room for 2 people, and also the private room as well. And then with a rock, you can see. They also have this, working space. So I was, working on my PC last night, and it was really nice. And they also have this cafe space, pretty spacious. Very clean. Hey guys, so after checking in the guest house, I got a guide by the owner Taka-san, and the guest house looked really new and great, and we talked a lot. And then they have as they also like hot spring and sauna, they gave me a recommendation to come to this place called Mare Grassia or Omishima. This is probably like one of the best hot springs you can try here. And then he said there are 2 hot springs in this island, so this is one of them. So, and then when I was actually driving to the museum, I saw the like a kanban, like a board saying Shio Onsen, which means like a salt hot spring. So I heard what it is from him, but I forgot. So anyway, that's like I think it was like using unique way of making the hot water, I guess. It's the entrance. Ikimasu. Summer, it's getting colder these days. These days, they are not selling soft cream. So yeah, people could imagine they would. So for here, they do not have like a towels and soap and shampoo, so you have to bring or you can buy at the entrance. So we pay 520 yen for usual, but I got a discount because I'm a JAF member. So yeah, I paid 420 yen. So yeah, let's go inside. 行ってきます。Hiya. So I just took a bus, and it was really good. So they have like about 8 to 9 different kinds of baths, hot spring, and like this. But the sauna, I prefer the hotter one actually, but it was still good. And then especially I like the one, the hot spring where you can bathe in the hot spring outside. Then you can see the stars, which was really nice. Yeah. So yeah, overall it was a great place to visit. So yeah, I pretty much enjoyed here. Oh, hi. Hey guys, guys, so I just left the guest house. I stayed at Tonari-san, and then the owners, Taka-san and Kana-san, they were really nice and kind, friendly. So I had a really good time staying there. So and then having them drive my car lastly. So right before I left, so it was really fun moment. And so after that I came to this place called Omishima Jinja. I'm just now parking my car at the Roston after buying some stuff, and which is very close to this place. So I'm gonna, explore that shrine, which is very, like the symbolic place in this Omishima island. So yeah, and then after that I am going to visit island near this island. So I'm gonna, get in the ferry, it's like a boat maybe, so to see some stuff there. So yeah, let's go. Okay, just took a minute walk from Rawson and arrived at this shrine. So here's like a map of the islands, and now I'm in this Omishima. Then it's right around here. So yeah, this is called and I can easily forget how to read that name of the shrine. Okay, it's read as Oyamazumi Jinja. Wow, nice entrance. Okay, let's go inside. Kuma inu desu ne. 授業してます。Oyamazumi Jinja. The shrine is identifying Oyamazumi Taishin kana, the god of Oyamazumi. He's been like the god who controls sea. So everybody comes here for the safe sailing in the sea. And also what's interesting is that there's so many facilities inside, and actually so there's like a facility for treasure where you can see like many treasures, like some of them are designated as national treasures, and then also something that is very important anyway. And so like during the like Edo period, before that, like a wartime period in Japan, many feudal lords came here, like for the safety of sailing, and then they have, given their, the treasures to this, shrine. So that's why they have, like many, things that are very, very important. And it says, especially like the swords and also like the armors for samurais, like the number of collections in that category are like the one of the best in Japan. So let's go. Wow. 大山積神社演技式内社。へえ、立派な建物ですね。犬の顔が特徴的かも。It's a little windy. It's cold actually. Wow. So all these trees are, ones that are called kusu. I think it's a campa tree. And then actually there's like a place where, which, すごい、何あれ? Wow. In front of me there's already like great tree. Wow. Look at that. すげえ。Yeah. 天然記念物、オチのみこと。This is like campa tree Omishima, where it's said to have lived 2,600 years. Wow, that looks really spiritual. すごいねこれ。Yeah. Wow, it's incredible. Oh, so cool. すごいね。Oh, so here's more detailed explanation about the Oyamazumi Okami, the god of Oyamazumi. He's like the brother of Amaterasu Omikami, the god of sun. And then yeah, he's been like worshipped as a guardian for sailing in the sea. これが本殿ですかね。お酒の yeah, there's like thousand barrels for sake. Here's an interesting statue. He's so it's like depicting a person who's doing like mai. It's like a like ancient dance done by the people from Satsuma, which is known to be Kagoshima prefecture right now. And it is said that like in the Nihon Shoki, like a classical document that talks about the history of Japan, and then the Satsuma mai, like a dance by these people, the kind of like entertainment before Kabuki was established. So it's like a very historical thing. Yeah, it's interesting that like the thing that he holds, it looks like a how to say, spear, and then also having that fan on the right. Hayato no mai, and that says Hayato's dance. Okay, there's a chosia. So I'm gonna wash my hands. あ、違うな。chosiaがない。I can't find the watery place where you purify before worshipping. I don't know why, but I have coins を待ちに行きます。This is where you can go to the after worshipping, get to the this way. Wow, すげえ。ここにも wow, there are so many great trees in this place. This one is also 天然記念物 natural memorial なんだっけ天然記念 I can't say forgot how to say すごいね This one also this area have like about 200 campa trees that's this one is also this one is like the height is 24 meters wow すごいですね impressive. So let's go to the treasure museum. So here you can get into like the museum of treasures. Okay, let's try to get in. Okay, just bought a ticket. So you can get to like it's a common ticket for going to the museum treasure, and then also about the museum about kaiji. It's like a sea, something related to sea. So yeah, let's go. I don't think I can't take photos inside, so I just explain what's inside later. So I just finished exploring inside the museum of treasures. That was very interesting. Like there were so many like armors and also like swords dedicated by many like feudal lords, and the most prominent one is like Minamoto no Yoritomo, who is a shogun who started the Kamakura shogunate in the 13th century, and his brother also Minamoto no Yoshitsune, his sword was and the armor was also there, and then some other well-known ones are like Yamanaka Shikanosuke, who is also very famous one of the samurai who dedicated his life to his lord called Amago clan in this in this southern western part of Japan. That was very interesting. And then now I'm exploring the inside this shrines area to see the tree that it's called Isaki no gomon, which is said to have like a really huge tree. And then it was recommended by the, Taka-san from the guest house. So let's go see it. Okay, there's like a sign. So this way. どんななんでしょう。I'm very excited. Isaki no gomon. Probably 2 more minutes. Nice view, growing some kind of orange. Okay, this way. Oh, あれかな？Oh, there are people still. Oh, これ全部木なの？やば。Oh my gosh. God. すんげえ。すっごー。すごい。Unbelievable. Wow. This is. Oh my god. すごいねこれ。へえ。おい、This is said to have lived more than about 3,000 years. And then the circumference of the root is 31 meters, and then like the center, it's like becoming like a hole, like a naturally created, like this. すごっ。It said Isaki no gomon, meaning like living trunk, living tree, like a gate of a living tree. I see. 面白い。すごいね。わあ。So cool. Okay, let's go into that gate then. I should probably like make some wish. Yeah. Okay. Just about once. Wow. Wow, すごっ。Wow. That was great. Yeah. すごい。So impressive. I've kind of realized in that, during my travel, I found one tree in Kochi. It was Sugi no Sugi. Yeah, and then it's like a very suburban area in Kochi, and then it's said to have lived 3,000 years old, and then that's said to have one of the oldest trees in Japan. And then here in ehime also there's like a very old tree like the one that I just mentioned. So it's probably in Japan there are I don't know it's how many, but there are certain amount of trees like which have lived a few thousand years. So yeah, it's just incredible. I'm very glad that Taka-san told me about this place, because if he hadn't, I would have just missed, because this is not written in the pamphlet actually. I don't know why. But I'm really thankful. Yeah. Wow, so great. Maybe I can touch. 失礼します。Hello. こりゃ。はい。Hello. Oh, it's. Hi. It has it's probably somebody's. Oh my god, once again, this really doesn't look like it's just one tree. すげえ. It's so impressive. So just finished exploring inside the shrine, and it was really great. Yeah, I very much enjoyed that shrine and the museum, and also like the great tree at the end. So that was really nice place to visit. And then also this around that shrine there are many restaurants, and then so you can stop by and have lunch. So I don't have time right now since I have to go to the port from now, so I just buy some onigiri like a lunch at the convenience. So and then I'm gonna drive there. Okay, all right, let's go.